Welcome to the GCSE Maths Advantage. I'm Dr. James Carter, and every episode I'm going to break down one topic, show you where the marks are, and give you a quick win you can use in your next exam. Whether you're targeting a grade 7 or pushing for a 9. Let's get into it.
Hook. This one line cost students marks on last year's papers. F of G of 2 equals. Many rushed in and wrote G of 2, then somehow lost brackets, signs, or mixed up order. If you ever freeze at F of G of X, stick with me for the next 12 minutes. There is a small routine that catches most mistakes, and it only takes 10 seconds in the exam.
Promise. In the next 11 minutes, I'll show you exactly what f of x means, how to substitute numbers and expressions, why order matters in f of g of x, and one bracket first habit that saves marks. Here's the habit now. Always rewrite the inner function in brackets first. We'll practice it twice. You'll be able to use it straight away.
The concept. What does f of x actually mean? Think of f as a machine and x as the input. F of x tells you the rule for the machine, what you do to the input. If f of x equals 2x plus 3, that means take the input x, multiply by 2, then add 3. So f of 2 means put the number 2 into the machine. F of 2 equals 2 times 2 plus 3 equals 7. Simple. The confusion starts when the input isn't a number, but another expression, like g of x or x plus 1. When the input is an expression, you substitute the whole expression wherever you see x. Important, substitute the full expression in brackets, don't drop brackets and accidentally change signs or order of operations.
Example in plain words. If f of x equals x squared minus 5x, and someone asks for f of 3, you replace x with 3 to get 3 squared minus 5 times 3 equals 9 minus 15 equals minus 6. If someone asks for f of x plus 2, you replace x with x plus 2. F of x plus 2 equals x plus 2 squared minus 5 times x plus 2. You must keep that bracket around x plus 2 when you square it, or multiply it by 5. That's how to avoid sign errors. Sound familiar? This is where many small errors creep in. Now, let's move to composite functions. That's just putting one machine inside another. F of g of x means do g first, then feed the result into f. The order is always inner, then outer. If you try to do f first, you will get the wrong result. Keep it as a two-step process. Evaluate the inner function as an expression, keep it in brackets, then substitute that whole bracket into the outer function.
Worked example. We'll use two clear functions. Let f of x equals 2x squared minus 3x plus 1, and g of x equals x minus 4. First compute f of g of x. Step 1. Write g of x in brackets. G of x equals x minus 4. Step 2. Substitute x minus 4 for every x in f. So f of g of x equals 2x minus 4 squared minus 3x minus 4 plus 1. Step 3. Expand carefully. X minus 4 squared equals x squared minus 8x plus 16. Multiply by 2 gives 2x squared minus 16x plus 32. The next term, minus 3x minus 4, equals minus 3x plus 12. Add the plus 1. Combine like terms. 2x squared plus minus 16x minus 3x plus 32 plus 12 plus 1, which is 2x squared minus 19x plus 45. That's f of g of x. Note how every appearance of x in f becomes the whole bracket, x minus 4.
Now compute g of f of x. Inner first again. F of x is 2x squared minus 3x plus 1, so write g of f of x equals g of 2x squared minus 3x plus 1 equals 2x squared minus 3x plus 1 minus 4. That simplifies to 2x squared minus 3x minus 3. Key point, g of f of x is different from f of g of x. Order matters. Changing the order changes the algebra and the answer. Let that sink in. The inner expression must be kept intact and then used as the input to the outer function.
Exam technique. What the examiner actually wants. For composite function questions, you can often earn method marks even if you slip an arithmetic sign at the end. A typical breakdown. M1 for correctly substituting the inner function into the outer, M1 for correct expansion or algebra, and A1 for the final simplified answer. That means you should write down your substitution step clearly. That's where the first method mark lives. Write it down, don't just think it. If you show f of g of x equals 2 times x minus 4 squared minus 3 times x minus 4 plus 1, you have the M1 even before expanding.
Common mistakes that lose marks: dropping brackets too early, expanding x minus 4 squared incorrectly, and swapping the order of composition. Another avoidable error is not simplifying enough. Exams usually expect a simplified final expression, so do combine like terms unless the question says leave in terms of. If time is short, show the substitution step and partial expansion. That can still win you method marks even if you leave the final simplification incomplete. The quick win, a 10-second checklist you can use under exam pressure. I want you to say it in your head and use it on every function question. 1. Rewrite inner function in brackets. 2. Substitute the whole bracket wherever you see x in the outer function. 3. Expand or simplify carefully, keeping signs visible. 4. Label each line. Write substitution, then expand, then simplify, so the examiner can follow your method. 5. Quick check. If asked for f of 2 or f of g of 2, substitute the number at the very end to check the numeric answer. Don't skip the check, it catches simple sign slips. Don't skip the check, remember?
One more small domain note. Sometimes the inner function can produce values that the outer function can't accept. For GCSE Higher, that's rare, but it's worth a quick reasonableness check. For example, if the outer function had a denominator or square root, check the inner expression doesn't make it 0 or negative where not allowed. A quick domain check takes a few seconds and prevents a lost mark in a tricky question.
Recap and CTA. In one line, always do inner then outer. Keep the inner expression in brackets and label your substitution so the examiner sees your method. That's your quick win for today. If this helped, share it with a friend who's revising. You'll find more worked solutions and revision resources at jcacademyonline.co.uk. Visit the site for practice sheets that use this exact bracket-first routine and grab a tidy pack of worked examples aimed at grades 7 to 9.
That's your quick win for today. If this helped, share it with a friend who's revising. You'll find more worked solutions and revision resources at jcacademyonline.co.uk. Until next time, trust the process and nail that exam. Stay curious.